it's Iveoma. I am your guide to Africa, and today's episode I'm going to be talking about whether you can relocate with a pet to an African country. All of this is coming up. So moving with a pet is pretty stressful, let alone moving with a pet to another continent. You're probably moving with a family, you're planning your own move. You do have to kind of think about whether it's worth it, because it is going to be quite expensive to move with a pet. Step one, if you plan to relocate with your animal, contact the consulate in the country that you are planning to move to and just ask if your breed is acceptable. Do some research. You're gonna have to jump online and be like, I have a golden retriever. Does Nigeria accept golden retrievers? And actually, yeah, it does, but just look. Number two is going to be go to the vets and make sure your animal's microchipped. Make sure they have all the health certificates. Make sure they have every vaccine, every single thing that they need done. And you know there are vets that specialize in helping people move their pets overseas. So make sure your vet is fully aware of the international requirements. Now, number three, contact the airline and get their pet regulations, understand what kind of carrier your pet needs or what needs to happen in order for them to carry your pet. Let's say you are flying from a US city to Italy, and from Italy you're flying to Togo. So keep in mind that when you call the airline, make sure they're also giving you the pet regulations for the flight from Italy to Togo, because that's like two separate flights, and they have they may have two separate pet regulations, so it's going to be an issue. That's where a lot of people get in trouble. So number four is pay attention to the details. There is a lot that can go wrong when you are flying with your pet overseas. In the paperwork they told you need to use a black pen, you need to use a black pen, because if you do not, let's say you use a blue pen and you get to customs, then there's going to be an issue, and they may quarantine your animal for a couple of days, if not, hopefully, just a couple hours. And that is paying attention to the details. If you do not, it's going to delay your trip. It's going to make your trip even more stressful, right? So just make sure that you follow all of the details. Consider the age and health of your animal. Sometimes I know people in the US love their pets a lot, so much so that they're really thinking about their love for the animal and they're not thinking about what is best for the animal. Is it best for your animal that has only grown up in Denver, Colorado, that has a lot of fur and is used to living in cold or cool climates, to then move to Nigeria, right? Is that fair to your 70-year-old pet? I'm just saying, I think what should go into this is consider the expense. It's going to be quite expensive to move with your animal, and consider the age and health of your animal as well. Perhaps it's better for you to pass on your animal to a responsible family member or friend who you know for a fact is going to give your animal the love that it needs. Because of social media, there's kind of a developing pet culture around the continent. I feel like every time I visit somewhere, I'm seeing somebody walking their dog, which I always think is quite interesting. So there are places on grounds where you can buy an animal. So think about that too. You can more than likely purchase a pet in the country that you're moving to. Please comment below if you know or you have moved to an African country with a pet.